Welcome to Scott on Security. I'm Scott Beck, CEO of Beck Tech and co-star on the Amazon Prime documentary Cybercrime. You may have noticed a new app on your iPhone or your Android device. In a very rare occurrence, Google and Apple have gotten together to share some technology, and it's all based around tracking the spread of COVID-19 worldwide. And the two tech giants have shared some insights and have developed an app that will notify you if you're out walking around, if you've come in contact with someone that has had COVID-19. Now you say, whoa, Scott, wait a minute, that's a breach of my privacy. And that's a legitimate question and concern. So first, let's show you on an iPhone, if you go into settings and then privacy and then click on health, you're going to see they've got the app right there. Now, by default, it's powered off. On your Google devices, you're going to go to settings, and they've got something called COVID-19 exposure notification. So it's very important to realize a slight distinction. Maybe it's splitting hairs, maybe, but they're not calling it COVID tracking. Okay, they're not trying to replace healthcare services to track back events. They're hoping to maybe augment that for healthcare workers, although they're not going to be releasing people's identifiers to the government or to healthcare. They're being very clear on that. Now, how secure is it? It's a big question. From all the research that I've done so far, they've been putting in a couple of different measures to make sure that somebody's personally identifiable information cannot be shared to government or to healthcare. You say, well, how does it work? Well, naturally, all right, before I get into that, let's stop and think about this. Have you ever noticed when you're getting in your car, maybe you look at your phone, it says it's going to take 11 minutes to get home or 20 minutes to get home, or if you're out walking around that you'll get ads for stores that happen to be like right beside you? It's because they're already tracking you, okay? So let's be clear on this. Apple and Google, with their devices, have already been tracking you, and they've been tracking you for years. Years. So the fact that they've worked together to come up with this COVID-19, at least in my mind, is not some huge conspiracy theory. It's an actual attempt by two tech giants that have already been gathering information to try to give back a valuable service to you at no extra charge. That's my take on it. Now, is there going to be some way that on the back end they're going to be able to monetize this somehow? I don't know. I can't see into the future. It's impossible. But they are using some encryption and some identifiers that are going to be randomly changing to try to help keep people's identities masked. Okay, so these are the protection measures they're putting in place. The other interesting thing is they're turning off GPS in their app. There's been some other COVID-19 tracking applications out there that have been using GPS. Apple and Google have gone a totally different direction and said, no, we're going to use Bluetooth. So if you got Bluetooth on, you got the app on, and you come in contact, that's how it's going to communicate back and forth. So I guess the point of the message today is, if you discover this new COVID-19 health app on your phone, don't panic. You haven't been hacked. No bad guys have been on your devices. Well, unless you don't like tech giants. But no hackers have been on your devices, okay? That's the point. And the app's there, and by default, it's turned off. You have to make a conscious choice to turn it on, and we're going to all have to decide if the risks of personal information getting released justify turning it on so you get notified for health concerns. Keeping in mind, as I've already said, they've been tracking you for years. They know more about you than probably you do yourself. Why do you think all these big stores offer free Wi-Fi in their store? Because they can track your phone. That's why they do it. It's to gather intelligence information for marketing or whatnot. Have you ever noticed when you go onto a site and you're shopping, your wife's shopping for red shoes, and red shoes keep showing up everywhere? Kind of the same idea, okay? So, is it bad? That's up to you to decide. Do I think personally that it's going to be a great app? It all depends how many people adopt it. Okay, if a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want Google and Apple to know anything about me. They already do. But hey, I'm fearful that they might know more about me. Then people might not turn it on, and the app, it's only going to be as good as the amount of people that are using it. Do I think they're purposely going to be trying to give away? No, it looks like they've actually taken some real care. Again, the fact that Google and Apple, two competitors, big time competitors, have spent a lot of money collaborating to build this app, kind of tells me that maybe the corporate heart may have been in the right place. Time will tell. We can't see the future, but it looks like it could be a decent app. So now if you happen to discover these on your phone, you'll realize you haven't been hacked. You'll now be able to go, hey, should I turn it on? Should I not turn it on? You can make your own decision and know that there are things in place to protect your identity from it being passed on, keeping in mind that they've already got the information where you've been anyways. They've been tracking you for years. Things you didn't want them to see, they know. Ask Siri some really crazy questions. Actually, don't. That's a whole other segment I could talk about. So there it is in a nutshell. The COVID-19 app that's been released by Apple and by Google. That's kind of the ins and outs. Now you know about it. Make your choices accordingly and stay safe out there.